Hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of CANrace. I'm your host Bryce Turner here at Jukasa Motor Speedway, or as some of you may know better as Cayden Motor Speedway, a track that's hosted some of the biggest names in stock car racing over the years. Now the track shut down in 2009, but has been brought back to life. It's a new configuration, new pavement, new just about everything, and a new name as well in Jukasa. And that's where I am here this weekend, where they're hosting their first ever race weekend with the APC United Late Model Series, which is a local touring series here in Ontario. And two of the NASCAR Pinty Series drivers, the two top drivers on short tracks this season, Alex Labbe and Cayden Lapcevich, are also competing in this race, where I asked them about their experience so far on this track. What are your initial thoughts on the track?
This track is pretty awesome here. I think it's it's the nicest short track I've seen yet in my life. So it's pretty fun to run here. It's really fast. It's fun to drive, and I mean all the installations around it and everything. I mean it's all a top-notch facility. It's a top-notch facility here.
It's really quick. It's really fast. You know, a lot of overall grip. You know, it's about seeing who can really strive for the most. Who can drive it in the deepest and make it stick, and who can get back to the gas and have it stick. So, and who also has a lot of motor. So, there's a lot of variables here that are playing in effect. But Alex Nagy and the whole Jukasa and the whole Rankin construction staff did an awesome job of the track. It's a beautiful place, beautiful. Just everything about it is perfect. So, hats off to them. They did an awesome job.
What is the most challenging part of the track?
Most challenging part is probably keeping the momentum. It's a big momentum track. It's really fast, so you can't do a lot of mistakes because you're going to get past pretty easily here.
I think the most challenging part about it's going to be seeing how deep you can go into the corner and make it stick. I sort of struggled with that yesterday in practice and qualifying. I didn't know my limits really, so I only have about 25 laps around the track so far, so we're still learning. 275 lap races today I think will give us a lot of knowledge about the track for when we come back here in September for the Pinty's race.
What you like the most about the new configuration?
I've never been here before, so I mean it's all new for me, but like I said, it's really fun. It's a big momentum track. You carry a lot of speed all the way around. We barely break in these late models, so it's a lot of fun. I can't see what it's going to do during race trim later on.
What you like most about the track?
It's not something you'd see in Canada every day. I think it's something that was already great and taken and made even greater. So it's almost like traveling to a track in the States except closer to home. So it's really welcoming. It's really homey. Everybody's really nice here. There's just a great vibe around here, and it's awesome to be here.
What advantage does this experience give you heading into the Pinty's finale?
I think it gives me a pretty good experience, especially the race. Like later on today when we're going to race in traffic, I think it's going to help me race better at the Pinty's race, and getting up to speed faster probably in the Pinty's car too, because it's a pretty unique track. But it's a good experience, but it's also going to be a lot of fun here. It's a really competitive series. We've got 38, 39 cars, so it's going to be a fun weekend. It's going to be a fun day of racing here today.
I think it'll just help me know the track a little bit more, help me figure out the line a little bit. These cars are overall going to be quicker than a Pinty's car, but in the same aspect, I still think we can learn from it. Learn if there's any bumps in the track and how we can sort of get around them, and where to apex and stuff. So there's a lot we can learn just being on the track, and not so much about the car and stuff, but we're sort of baseline everywhere we go.
And what are you most looking forward to about the Pinty's finale?
I don't know. It will depend on how we're coming here with points. I mean, I would surely like to race my way to a win here, but at the same time, we want to come here and get the points, get the championship won. So I know it's going to be we're going to know more in the next two races on how we're going to approach this race. But I'm really looking forward to get the first win here in this new facility.
I'm hoping we get a good car count. The ovals has sort of been a lacking this year, so if we can get a good car count and a good crowd and put on a good show for the fans, I think it could be, really something cool. We could end the season on a really high note and, move on from there.
This coming weekend, the NASCAR Pinty Series as well as the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series from south of the border will both be competing at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, the only road course event of the season for trucks and the last road course event of the season for the Pinty Series. And that will all be taking place at the road course that some of you may know better as Mosport, and that's north of Bowmanville coming up this weekend. Here's what you need to know. The Pinty Series will hit the track for practice at 1 p.m. on Saturday, with group qualifying following at 4:40. Then on Sunday, the race itself, the Total Courts 200, taking place at 11 a.m. There will be 3 Pinty Series drivers running double duty. Jason Hathaway will make his National Series debut in the 66 truck, while Gary Clute and DJ Kennington will run the trucks race for the second straight year. Clute also made his Cup debut with Premium Motorsports earlier this summer at Watkins Glen, while Kennington raced in the Daytona 500 with Gaunt Brothers Racing at the start of the year. Both drivers will return to those teams for Sunday's main event. Speaking of the Camping World Truck Series, they will have 2 practice sessions taking place at 9:30 and 11:35 on Saturday morning. Qualifying will be held at 5:30. Then on Sunday, the Chevrolet Silverado 250 with the green flag shortly after 2 p.m. Qualifying will air live on FS2, while the race will air live on FS1 and the Motor Racing Network radio. Both qualifying and the race will be on Canadian TV live on Fox Sports Racing. One of the drivers doing double duty will be Jason Hathaway, the past full-time competitor in the Pinty Series, running only a few events this season. And now he was also racing here in the APC late models, where I asked him about his deal running the truck series, as well as what he thinks of this track. So what are your initial thoughts on the track?
Oh, it's a beautiful track. They put a lot of work and a lot of money and a lot of effort into this place. I ran here, probably 10 years ago, and it was a great track and always had a lot of fun racing here. But especially now with this new surface, new asphalt, new walls, new kind of just a re-look to the whole place. It's pretty special to be part of this race.
What is the most challenging part of the track?
Challenging, we've only tested, we really haven't been able to race yet, so probably this afternoon is going to be a real test, and for this first 75 lap race it's going to be you're going to learn a lot more than what you have in testing. It's we've only ran short runs, and with you haven't done a whole lot of racing with the guys, kind of follow each other and see what's going on, so it's going to be exciting once we get out here and once we take the green flag.
What you like most about the new configuration?
Speed for sure. How smooth it is. There's no bump off at turn 2 like there used to be in the old days, but which was added character to the track in the old days. But just how smooth it is and how fast it is. It's got tons of grip with the new asphalt, and there's a reason there's so many cars here. Is everybody wants a chance to race on this new facility, and everybody wants to win as well. But just to be here and be part of it, I think is the main goal for a lot of us.
So you've raced at Cayuga, and now with the new layout, new pavement. How does Jukasa compare to the old Cayuga track?
Not at all. Not at all. It's nothing the same as it was before. Pit road, it's all brand new as well. So it's good for the guys too for working on the cars, and safe for all the guys on the new cement pads too. So it's the whole thing's just changed. I mean, the lighting is it looks like a Winston Cup or a Monster Energy Cup track, you know what I mean? So it's pretty cool, pretty glad they did it, glad they put the effort into it, and Alex Nagy and his ownership group there did a great job here.
How did the trucks deal come about?
Just kind of shot it around the last couple months, and we were able to put a deal together last week to team up with Bolin Motorsports. Good team, met those guys on Monday, talked back and forth, and it's not easy to find a truck. There isn't a whole lot of road course trucks available, since they only run one event a year. So it was kind of hard to find a team that was willing to, needed a driver or wasn't going to come, and now they're able to come, so that can help them out in points and help us out as well for our sponsorship and our partners involved. So it's something we wanted to do. It was on the bucket list, and we were able to put it together, and we're going to go next Saturday and Sunday and have some fun at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park.
What are you most looking forward to about that race?
Probably just, doing both double duty all weekend. It's going to be pretty cool jumping back and forth between the Pinty's car and the NASCAR truck. So we got the same partners on both cars, which is cool too. So we've got Kubota on the truck and Choco and Fast Eddie and same as the Pinty's car. So they're almost going to be kind of a bit of a mirror image of each other as far as sponsorship and partners, and DSI and United Soils and Williamson Automotive and Uxbridge, the dealerships there, they've helped us out too. So it's we're going to have some fun racing. We're going to have all our fans and sponsors and family out, and hopefully we can make them all happy at the end of the weekend.
What will be the biggest challenge in preparing for that race?
I just think making sure our Pinty's deal is number one. That's our focus for our team, my team here in Canada. So making sure that car's prepared. As far as the truck goes, they're going to prepare that and they're going to arrive. So I'll sit in that thing on Saturday morning and strap in, and that'll be my first test in it. So I've never been in it yet. So there's a lot to learn in that series and in that truck, the way they do things and the way they handle with a different radial tire. So I'm going to use practice in that to kind of get comfortable with it, and hopefully through qualifying, give me some more laps, and then look forward to the race. So it's going to be a learning curve all weekend in the truck deal for sure.
Do you think this trucks ride will open an opportunity to run perhaps some other National Series events?
There's always opportunities out there. You got to make the opportunity, and you got to follow your goals, follow your dreams. I mean, if you want to run a truck, you got to focus on it, and get the right partners together, and that's how you make it happen. So there's always opportunity in anything you do. So if you want to do it, you go get after it and go get it done.
So you boarded a car from DJ to compete in one oval event in the Pinty Series Delaware this year, and now with the Pinty's finale moving to Jukasa, could we see you in that race?
You never know. You never know. We've talked about it briefly already a few times. So car's there, the car's available. Him and I have talked about it a few times, so we'll see what happens. I mean, they're putting on a late model show here as well that same weekend, that same day, so it's going to be pretty big, with the NASCAR Pinty's race as well as an APC late model shootout here. So pretty cool, pretty good day for racing. Yeah, maybe we'll see double duty again. You never know.
How tempted are you to run that event?
Right now I got a lot on my plate, so it's in the back of my mind, but pretty far back.
One of the headline drivers making a visit this weekend here at Jukasa is Ken Schrader, the longtime Cup Series driver who owns 4 career Cup wins and several full-time seasons. Now I asked Schrader what he thinks about running this track and how it compares to the old Cayuga track, which he also raced at in the Canada Day Shootout in 2002. So you've raced at the past Cayuga track. How would you compare this new configuration, new layout here at Jukasa to the former Cayuga?
Well, it's just, it's night and day difference. You have the banking, it's so much more than it had before. It's good now. It's really going to be good when it gets a few winners on it.
What is the most challenging part of the track?
Well, just new pavement. New pavement tends to kind of get a little bit, goes to one groove. It's pretty hard to get an outside lane working, but it's good already.
What is your favorite part of this track?
Let me see if we get running a little better in the second one. I'll get back with you on that.
What is your favorite part about racing in Canada?
Well, it's our second time up here this year. We ran a dirt car over last weekend, and we've just got a lot of good race fans up here, and the turnout today, that's awesome, and I just good race fans up here.
How would you compare the fan atmosphere to tracks in the States?
Oh, race fans are race fans, no matter where they're at. But there was a tremendous amount of campers here for this show, and it was neat to see them come out to support the track.
And then as well, how would you compare Jukasa to some of the other short tracks in the U.S.?
Oh, it's definitely one of the nicer ones. And they're not done yet. They're going to do more to it, but it's right up there with the top of them for sure. And it's a good place to race. A lot of times we don't care about the facilities as much as the track itself, and this is going to be good.
A past NASCAR Pinty Series driver, JR Fitzpatrick, now competes full-time in the APC United Late Models. I asked him what he thinks about Jukasa. What are your initial thoughts on the track?
It's awesome. I love the fact that they redid the whole facility and the new pavement, shaped it a little different than it used to be, but it's going to be pretty racy today.
What is the most challenging part of the track?
I don't know. I think for most people, it's going to be the high speeds that are going to happen here, and the little bit of aero effect that you're going to get in the race and whatnot. But for me, I think the challenging part is just realizing how much grip's actually out here. I mean, the cars are sticking the track really good, and you can get to the throttle a lot sooner than what your brain's telling you can.
What do you like the most about the new configuration?
Mostly that it's a little more racy than it used to be, because I was on the old track years ago, and there's no two grooves here. So now there's two grooves. It will be an interesting race to see if the high line ends up taking over the bottom or not. So it's interesting.
So you mentioned the changing grooves. Are there any other changes you've noticed between Cayuga and the new Jukasa track?
Well, obviously, besides the obvious that they redid the whole facility and made it a lot better. I mean, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a lot more racy than it used to be.
And so you used to run in the NASCAR Pinty Series, now run in the APC late models. How tempted would you be to run the Pinty's finale here?
I mean, I'd love to if the opportunity was there. This track would be pretty racy for them also, because them cars lay a lot of rubber, and obviously a lot of good drivers I used to race with years ago. So I'll be here for that race in my late model, because we're doing a late model shootout the same day. But like you said, I'd love to have an opportunity to get back in one of them cars for sure.
That will do it for this week's edition of CANrace from Jukasa Motor Speedway. Check back this weekend for coverage from Canadian Tire Motorsport Park across our social media platforms. But for now, thanks for watching. I'm Bryce Turner. Have a great day.